Let's imagine this scenario. December 2025. Arthur Makarov faces the legend, Engin Terzi. But a couple of months before that battle, Arthur had a true test of fire against a giant, Denis Cyplenkov, in a session we saw on the Body Mania channel. And it wasn't just a casual training, it was a real evaluation. First, some context. Makarov wasn't just fooling around. As he says himself, he's at about 85 to 90% of his capacity, claiming that with 2 more weeks, I'd be at my peak. He's a sharp, ready 80-kilo athlete. On the other side, Denis, a super heavyweight legend, admits he hasn't trained seriously for over a year. The difference in weight and conditioning should matter, but what happens next is revealing. Watch how Denis doesn't need to win to dominate. He applies brutal side pressure, and Arthur feels it immediately. Makarov's attack is completely neutralized. Denis forces him to defend and drain all his energy from a weak position. Against a technical master like Engin Terzi, who punishes every mistake, this ability could decide the match. But the most important lesson comes afterward. Denis doesn't even attack. He lets Arthur come into his best angle, use his full power, and simply stops him. He becomes a wall. It's the ultimate display of power, showing the massive gap between being an 80-kilo champion and a super heavyweight legend. Makarov himself sums it up with brutal honesty. If Denis gets serious, I can't do anything against him. He lets me get into my strongest position and just stops me there. This session wasn't a defeat. It was the best preparation possible. Arthur now knows what he needs, an impenetrable defensive structure. Cyplenkov's teachings are the guide that will shape Arthur's path to face Engin Terzi. The question is, will that guide be enough to defeat him?